how he got IBM to this huge company as fast as he did. And what he said was that he began with the end in mind. And so when we are looking at doing big things and we want to be incredible teachers and we want to be incredible parents and spouses and friends and gardeners and dancers and all of this stuff, and we want to be these incredible people, how do we do that? I'm going to break down a really quick hack that I use, and no, I'm not going to promise you the world, right? Big goals take a long time, and there's no getting around that. There's no like one big secret that you're going to find on YouTube. But what I can tell you is that if you set the goalpost and you move towards it efficiently, you're going to get there a lot faster than if you set the goalpost and you wander away from it. I'm luckily in a spot where I'm living out one of my dreams right now. I'm in this like fancy hotel. You have to see this view. It's so cute. Oceanfront, like I'm a teacher, y'all. I can afford this. This is crazy. No, this was on credit card points because that is one of my goals. So, one of my goals is to be able to travel and to be able to do so on my salary, and that's how I do it. Somebody recently asked how I accomplish my goals. In the VI world, I've been able to do really big things, and this is specifically how. Every day when I sit down to meditate or journal, I think about my goals and I look at the future and I vision everything happening from that moment. And I really, 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 really sit down and I feel it. And then from there, I journal. So there's this thing called future journaling. Typically, we journal from right now and we think about what has happened in the past. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to think about what is going to be happening in the future when you accomplish your goals. And maybe it's that a learner did something incredible. Maybe it's that you made extra money working summer school. Maybe it's whatever the case may be. Maybe it's that like you manifested a really cool 2 day little vacation beachside. I want you to think about that and then journal it as though it has already happened. So, the way that my coach teaches us to do this is by putting a date on it. Don't get attached to the date, okay? Because if you do, things could go awry. Don't get so attached to the date. And don't get attached to any of this, really. But this is just a fun exercise that I do on a daily and weekly basis. So, I write down the date and then what happened. And then I really feel it. And from that place, that is when I make my to do list. I don't attack my to do lists from like, I'm here at the bottom of a mountain and I have to climb to the top. And how am I going to get to the top? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get to the top of the mountain. But if I can really feel for a moment and envision what has already happened, then many more ideas will come to me, and that'll tell me how to get to where I want to go. And so then that is where I write my to do list from. Every week, when I sit down on Sunday afternoon or Monday morning and I make my to do list for the week, I think about what I have accomplished for that week and I think about my long term future goals and I write my to do list from there. And that right there is the key. Now here's the linchpin thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is then schedule it. You want to be able to look at your calendar and know when you're going to accomplish these things. And it's okay if it doesn't happen like this week, next week, in the future. I do it by priority. I use the Eisenhower matrix. You can look it up. It's very easy. And then I sit down and I just think about what actually needs to happen. And I just choose maybe three big things for that week. And if I get those three big things done, that's golden because I know that life is going to take me away and I know that other things are going to happen, and that's okay. But if I can accomplish those three big things, then we are good. And I know that by sitting down and making time for this activity every single week and looking at my both long term and my short term goals, I can move the needle much faster than if I just was like, oh, what do I have to get done? Oh, how am I going to do this? Because you can't really see the path until after you've taken it, right? It's kind of like when you're skipping over a river, you don't know exactly how you're going to get across the river. you know it after you've done it. Or think about if you wanted to climb a mountain and you climb all the way to the top. From the very bottom, you can't even see the top. It's only from the top that you can see down to the bottom. And we know that scientifically, if you envision something happening, your brain actually doesn't know the difference of if it happened or it didn't happen, which I think is a wild statistics, and our brains are so weird. But that's the case. The basketball players in that study where in the people who envisioned making the baskets then actually outperformed the ones that actually practiced. Okay. I will sit down and imagine stuff happening and then actually go out and do it. Of course, I'll do that rather than like bumping up against all of the obstacles in real life and then having to try and figure it all out. Okay, I think it's so much of an easier way to go about things if you know exactly where you're going. So I hope that this helped you. This is just a really quick live that I wanted to hop on and share this with you because somebody was asking in our emails, and I think it's something that people don't really know about. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to send me a comment or ask in any way. And if you want some journal prompts, definitely feel free to reach out. I really just think about what I want to have happen, and then I go out and do it because my to-do list is packed. All right. I hope that this helps, and I will talk to you all very soon.